I don't know why an attorney general would be talking about this, but Jeff Sessions strangely and bizarrely claimed that Nazis didn't deport Jews during the Holocaust. Why is he saying this? I hope to find out in partnership with you today in the next 5 or 10 minutes. There's this building string of lies about Germany from the Trump administration. Yesterday, I told you that Donald Trump tweeted incorrectly that German crime is way up. The German crime rate is actually the lowest it's been in 26 years. After that, Jeff Sessions was being interviewed about the child internment camps for migrant children by Laura Ingraham on Fox News. That program is quite a beauty, to take a page out of Donald Trump's vocabulary. And Jeff Sessions tries to deny that what's going on right now with children in the United States is anything like what was happening in Nazi concentration camps. Okay, that is something that he was asked about by Laura Ingraham because the comparison had been made by others. Jeff Sessions says that the key difference between what the Nazis were doing during World War II and what the United States is doing now is that the Nazis were preventing the Jews from leaving the country, not deporting them. So, I mean, I guess that's what counts as an explanation in Jeff Sessions' mind. Here's the interview from Fox News with Laura Ingraham. And before I get to that, just so you know that I know it, during the same episode of her program, Laura Ingraham referred to the internment camps as basically summer camps for kids. It's outrageous and ridiculous. I'm not covering that today, just not enough time. But that's just sort of part of the context of this exact same episode of her program. Let's get now to the clip of Jeff Sessions.
This is how your opponents, General Sessions, are demagoguing this issue. Let's listen.
I walked down that railroad siding where the families were separated, and that's why I used that picture. Now, look, I know we're not Nazi Germany, all right? But there is a commonality there.
This is the United States of United States of America. It isn't Nazi Germany, and there's a difference. And we don't take children from their parents until now.
Nazi Germany, concentration camps, human rights violations. Laura Bush has weighed in, Michelle Obama, Rosalind Carter, got all the first ladies going back to Eleanor Roosevelt. She's apparently weighed in as well. General Sessions, what's going on here?
Well, it's a real exaggeration. Of course, in Nazi Germany, they were keeping the Jews from leaving the country. But this is a serious matter. We need to think it through, be rational and thoughtful about it. We want to allow asylum for people who qualify for it.
He had a full minute to think about what to say. He had a full minute during which he knew he was going to get an opportunity to explain why is what we're doing now not like what the Nazis did during World War II. And the distinction he was able to draw between Nazi concentration camps and child internment camps today is that the Nazis were preventing Jews from leaving, whereas part of what the U.S. is doing is deportation. This is, of course, as stupid as it is false. The Nazis did deport millions of Jews from Germany and from other countries to both concentration camps and work camps and death camps all over Europe. It included German Jews, French Jews, Jews from many countries deported en masse to concentration camps all over the place. Poland, Czechoslovakia, Germany, Belgium, France. It wasn't called deportation. It was called evacuation, but it's the same damn thing. And that's where I get back to, even if Jeff Sessions were correct, right? By choosing to say that the difference between Nazi Germany and this is the supposed lack of deportations, all he's saying is we're doing the early Nazi stuff and not the later Nazi stuff. Because there was a point before the Nazis started the deportations. That's not very positive.
But why even answer it in that way? All he has to say is that the Holocaust was a unique moment in history. 6 to 12 million people were killed. They were taken from their homes and gassed and starved to death.
Here we're talking about undocumented people coming in.
Right. That's all you got to do.
He could just say there's nothing whatsoever that's similar. And to say, you know, the difference is back then they weren't doing deportations and now we are. Someone please write to me and tell me history will not look kindly at this. Please tell me that, because if there is going to be any saving grace in this absolute abortion of an American government that we're dealing with right now, I'm hopeful. The only thing I'm optimistic about at this point, other than cautious pseudo-optimism about maybe voting them out in November, the only thing that's in the back of my mind as maybe something positive that could come from this is that what we are observing now is memorialized in history, that history will look back at this for what it is, which is a series of bumbling atrocities, and that it will hopefully prevent it from happening again. And if there's people in the audience who believe that that's going to happen, write to me and tell me that that's what's going to happen. And if you think I'm wrong, if you think that even that isn't going to happen, I'd rather know the truth. Write to me and tell me that as well. I'm on Twitter at @dpakman. The show is on Twitter at David Pakman Show, and we'll be right back.